Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of relaxation with a step-by-step guide to a basic Swedish back massage. Whether you're an aspiring therapist or just want to learn how to help a loved one unwind, this tutorial will walk you through the essential techniques. We'll cover everything from foundational strokes to targeting common areas of tension like the shoulders and neck. Remember, communication is key in any massage, so always check in with the person you're working on to ensure the pressure is comfortable. Let's get started and learn how to deliver a truly restorative back massage. First, make sure your client is comfortable and you have your massage oil or lotion ready. We begin with the most fundamental stroke in Swedish massage, effleurage. This is a series of long, gliding strokes used to warm up the muscles and apply the oil. Place your hands flat on the lower back on either side of the spine. With gentle but firm pressure, glide your hands up the back, fanning out over the shoulders. Circle your hands back down along the sides of the torso to return to the starting position. Repeat this movement several times, establishing a smooth, continuous rhythm. This initial phase not only prepares the muscles for deeper work, but also helps you, the giver, to connect with the client and assess the landscape of their back. It's a calming, reassuring start to the massage. Now that the muscles are warmed up, we'll move into petrissage, which involves kneading, squeezing, and lifting the muscles. This technique is excellent for releasing deeper tension. Start on one side of the back. Use your whole hand to gently lift the muscle tissue away from the bone, roll it in your hand, and then release it. Work your way up from the lower back towards the shoulder area in a systematic way. Think of it like kneading dough. You want to be firm but not forceful. This action helps to increase circulation and break up muscle adhesions. But you've worked one side thoroughly, move to the other side and repeat the same petrissage movements, ensuring you give both sides equal attention. Next, we'll focus on the shoulder blades or scapulae, where many people hold a lot of stress. Going to use a reinforced kneading technique in a figure-of-8 pattern. Place one hand on top of the other for added pressure. Start at the bottom of one shoulder blade and trace a figure-8 motion around the entire bone and onto the trapezius muscle, which is the large muscle that spans from the neck to the mid-back. This targeted movement helps to release the muscles that surround and support the scapula. If you've done this a few times, ask your client to place the arm on that side behind their back, resting their hand on their lower back. This position naturally lifts the shoulder blade, giving you better access to the muscles underneath. With the scapula raised, you can now perform some deeper petrissage movements with your thumbs. Gently work your thumbs along the inner edge of the shoulder blade. You might feel some tight spots or knots here. These are often buildups of tension and lactic acid. Apply firm, circular pressure with your thumbs on these spots to help them release. Be mindful of your pressure and check in with your client to make sure it's not painful. Spend a bit of time here, as this is often a major source of relief for people. Once you've thoroughly worked this area, have the client relax their arm back to a neutral position. Then you'll repeat the entire sequence on the other shoulder, the figure-of-8 kneading, raising the arm, and the detailed thumb work. Now let's give some special attention to the trapezius muscles, which run along the tops of the shoulders and up into the neck. This is a very common area for tension, often from poor posture, stress, or carrying heavy bags. Using your thumbs, apply petrissage movements along the top of the trapezius. From the shoulder towards the base of the neck, you can use small, circular motions or slow, gliding strokes. Many clients say this is their favorite part of the massage because it targets that classic knotty feeling in the shoulders. If a client mentions feeling knots, they're referring to hypertense muscle fibers. Deep petrissage can help break down this tension. However, it's important to manage expectations. One session might not completely resolve chronic knots. You can recommend a series of treatments over time for more lasting results. When working on these tense areas, your technique should be deep and slow. As you work, you'll start to develop a feel for areas with a buildup of tension. With experience, you'll be able to identify these spots more quickly. A word of caution: be careful not to overwork any single area. Applying too much pressure for too long can leave your client feeling sore or bruised afterward. Listen to their feedback. If you notice the skin becoming very red, known as erythema, it could be a sign that you're reworking the area too intensely or that significant tension is present. It's a signal to ease up a bit. Another effective technique for this area is knuckling. Make a soft fist and use the flat part of your knuckles to glide over the trapezius, providing a broad, deep pressure that can feel incredibly releasing. After you finish the deep work on the shoulders and neck, It's time to begin the transition to the end of the massage. We'll return to the effleurage strokes we started with. This helps to soothe the muscles after the more intensive petrissage and brings a sense of wholeness. Back to the body. Perform the same long gliding strokes from the lower back up over the shoulders and back down the sides. With each pass, gradually lighten your pressure. This signals to the nervous system that the deep work is done and it is time to relax completely. Make sure your final strokes still travel all the way up to the base of the neck, reaching the occipital bone to ensure the entire back feels complete and cared for. To conclude the massage, I like to use a very light, feathery stroking movement. Using just your fingertips, gently trace down the back from the neck to the base of the spine. You can alternate hands in a gentle, rhythmic pattern. This final touch is a nonverbal cue to your client that the massage is coming to an end. It's a very calming and settling way to finish, leaving the client in a state of deep relaxation. Once you're finished, gently place a warm towel over their back for a moment before letting them know the session is complete. Finally, let's talk about aftercare, which is just as important as the massage itself. Always advise your client to drink plenty of water for the rest of the day. The massage has helped to stimulate circulation and release metabolic waste from the muscles, and water helps to flush these toxins out of the system. If you've used essential oils, recommend they leave the oil on their skin for as long as possible to allow the therapeutic properties to continue absorbing. However, if you've only used a carrier oil, advise them to avoid any heat treatments like sunbeds or very hot baths immediately after, as the oil can increase skin sensitivity. Also, suggest they avoid any strenuous exercise or heavy lifting for the rest of the day to allow their muscles to remain in a relaxed state. For ongoing maintenance, a massage once a month is great, but if there was significant tension, you might suggest they return more frequently for a short period to help resolve the issue. Thank you so much for watching our guide to Swedish back massage. We hope you found these techniques helpful and feel more confident in your ability to provide a wonderfully relaxing experience. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wellness tutorials and tips. See you in the next video.